If you were a regular on the blog, you will know that we were talking about Zach Charbonnet a year ago, and he was eligible for the 2022 draft. Big fan of his. We were talking about him as a potential second round pick last year. He chose to go back to UCLA, and I just think he's a fantastic player. I think this is the kind of range that I expect him to go in. He was very much firmly a second round guy for me. We watched a lot of UCLA to watch DTR and to watch Jake Bobo and people like that, and to watch him as well. He was a key focus. He drove that team forwards in many, many games. What does he do? He drives through contact. He's a Seahawks style runner, tough to bring down. When a defender makes contact, he will gain extra yards through contact. He finishes runs, incredibly tough, explosive, has got good speed. He's like a 4.53 runner at his size, which is good. He is going to create a tremendous 1-2 punch with Kenneth Walker. If Ken Walker can't go, Zach Charbonnet can go. There's going to be no let up there. You're going to have to come in. You're going to get 4 years of really good value. And this is what the Seahawks want to do. There's going to be a whole bunch of people here complaining about this pick, just like they did with Ken Walker last year. And guess what? Everybody liked Ken Walker pick about 6 weeks into the season. So they're going to feel exactly the same way about Zach Charbonnet. Better receiver than people realise, can do some stuff in the passing game. He's gritty, he's determined, he's been through a lot. Look, this is the kind of range. If any other team would have taken him in this range, it's a great pick. So it's a great pick for the Seahawks. And I accept that there are defensive linemen that we've talked about and that people are going to say, why don't they take them instead? Adebawore is one of them. There's John Michael Schmitz, the centre, still there. There's one or two others that people go, why don't they take him instead? I think this is a great pick for Seattle. They continue to just go with the best players on their board. Is centre a bigger need? Is defensive line a bigger need? Yes, but they're taking Zach Charbonnet. He was always a second rounder for me, and like I say, been a big fan of his for a long, long time. Haven't talked about him as much because, looking at the way that the board was going to go, it was hard to know where the Seahawks were going to take a running back. Are they going to take one earlier? They're going to take one a little bit later on. But ultimately, he's a quality player, and this sets up Seattle's running game for at least the next 4 years. With Ken Walker under contract, cheap contract for another 3 years, Zach Charbonnet now under contract for another 4 years. I think this is a great pick. I'm loving what the Seahawks are doing today so far. Hard-nosed, tough, physical, gritty players, fit the culture, fit the locker room. Another big thumbs up for me.